Live. Hello, guys. How are you today? Hope you are doing well. Welcome to Get Up with Ajay. This is about the workshop which I'm going to conduct every week on Wednesday night. Um, we talk about the various topics, to how to find the jobs or start a business on various fields. Okay. As you all know, start is my third episode. We are talking about the landscaping business and how to find a job in landscaping. The first edition was, and the second one is on how to do DIY on landscaping to your own. And then today we're going to start doing to do a workshop on how to do a landscaping business. If somebody want to earn money of their own, do a small business as a sole trader or could be a company. I have achieved it and how successfully done this as a slow sole trader to a company. I just want to share my experience and my knowledge. Okay, guys, let's just want to overview of this how the landscaping views can be done and what's the potential of it. What's how to get the leads? We're going to talk about how to get the leads, how to start, how to write the contracts, how to charge the payment methods. What are the types of payment methods to ask to get more business and other marketing and stuff. There are some examples. I'll also give how to save money for the customer and earn money for yourself, build a reputation, or some examples of those. Guys, again, I'll take an example of one of the plots today, how to do a business and on how to get the leads and how to execute the work as well. Okay, guys, let us start with the workshop today. The business. Okay, how to start a business without having much knowledge on landscaping, without minimal knowledge on landscaping at least. So how I have started is being an IT guy. I don't know much about landscaping, so but I was an importer of artificial grass, so I know I have contacts with the landscapers who used to buy artificial grass from me. So once I had a break, in 2012, I finished my contract. I have some time, and I thought I'd just give it a go with the landscaping, learn landscaping business. At that time, I caught hold of one of the guys who does landscaping. I have asked him, hey, you do business. I just want to do business. I want to learn from you how you do it and find the gaps where we can work together. So these guys, they work on the field as well as they get the sales contact, get the lead, get the contact, they do the work. It's all what upon they do. Then I sat with them and I asked the questions. You find a job. Once you get the job, then you execute on the field and you purchase the material and also payment methods. So then I found gaps, like the guys who work on the field, mostly the laborers are not that good English, not in good English, especially migrants, and also they were like not non-PR people or PR people, temporary residents or students who used to do this job. And the other thing, what I found, even though a citizen or any businessman who is working on the field also have to do the procurement, buy the material from the market once the job is confirmed. So what happening is the guy who's working on the field, if you go to buy purchase in between, like you have to go and come back while working is going on. They work Monday to Friday, like so, or Saturday, Sunday sometimes, my 8 hours job, and in that job, and if you go out for get some, like in 8 hours, they hardly work 4 to 5 hours, and 3 hours or just like procurement as well as a lunch breaks. So hardly 6 to 7 hours is the maximum they can put on, and a one-day job is they extending for another day. So it means 2 days of labor. So if a guy, a landscaping guy is like 4 to 6 people are working on the field, they have to pay the minimum wages. So that cost goes on to the customer basically. So he charge quotes on that. So for example, a piece of job can be done in with $5,000 to $6,000. They charge like $7,000 to $8,000, a couple of dollars extra. That including GST, taxes, everything they put on the customer. But customer is paying more of the same piece of job. So what I have found is how can I do the same job in less time and save money to the customer so that I can beat the codes and also I deliver the same quantity of the work. So guys, thing is, first of all, I'll let you know how to start the set of the business. So once you have an idea, work out with the people who, if you have some knowledge on landscaping, is very good, or work out with the people who has the landscapers form a team, especially with the labor. If you're good at your technical skills, it's good. You can start and make a team with 2 to 3 people in your hand who can do labor as well as technical. As I mentioned before, skilled labor and unskilled labor is very important. You should have both of them. So landscaping job involves say excavation from planning, designing. You have to go once you get the lead, you have to go and take the measurements and then convert them into sales, giving it by code, proper code. And once you give a code, then you get the job, do the planning, designing, excavation, arrange the labors on time, material, everything. And you have to be very smart to use the best time. Now the guys who want to start the business first of all make a team of skilled and unskilled laborers. The fields are mostly the unskilled laborers are the who are physically fit who can take the wheelbarrows, put the soil and rocks, and move from front to the backyard. That's the one thing. And build up the contact with the pockets and dingoes who you can hide them online available. The other thing is you need to know the measurements, how to just read a plan, house plans, the front yard, backyard measurements, and know the customers, talk to the customers, the requirements, just design the piece of paper on the, just like to see as simple as that. You don't have really software to that. I used to maintain a book. In that book, I just whenever I go to customer's home, the first I draw like this house, and then I write on this front yard, this backyard, sideways, whatever driveway, and then I take the measurement from width and length, and same as that, so I get the total area of the work to be done. In that area, I'll ask the customers what they want to do, garden bed and also I just draw up and with measurements, I take the tape, then come home and then I calculate on how much it takes to do it, the material for garden bed. Say piece of, say if somebody wants to go to artificial grass, they just say 40 square meters, then I say, okay, for every 10 cubic meters, 1 cubic meter of crush rock will go like 10 or 20 crush rock. So I calculated 4 to 4.5 cubic meters of crush rock I'll bring for that piece of landscaping. Then artificial grass, I just go to the local dealers and find them out. So that's why I work on the material first. Call them online is available. Go to Bunnings. These days everything is online. You just make a rough quote with the pricing and then send it to the customer. So quotation is the first thing once you get the lead. So get the lead. There are different ways in how to find a job, where to find a job. So once you set up the business as a sole trader with the ABN, that's very important. So don't start straight away company unless and you see the business going on. You can start individually as well, but ABN is always to safeguard yourself. So start with the ABN, it's easy. So as a sole trader, and also you cover the public liability insurance for yourself and work cover compensation also very important. These are the issues because of the when you work on the fields, if you might damage some plumbing work or any material damage, then it's hard. You can cover the cost. Otherwise, if you're sued, then it's not worth it. So this is the legality part even before you start the business on any other field, and you should have a white card construction field, white card. Get it out, it's just $20, $30, maybe $40. Just find out that. So these are the minimum requirements: insurance part, workers' compensation, and then with Fair Work Australia, so you can get that. And you can Alliance is another good company where you can put up all your details, company details. Then you can get it, and you split $200 to $300 per annum. You pay that, so it's low cost. So this is the basic things you need to start, guys, and then once you have this setup of the small scale ones, work out with the labels, work out the material cost, minimum base, way to find procurements, or just shop around for the cheaper products and better price, good quality. This is very important. Now get the leads. Just you don't these days. Social media is very very vibrant. Digital media is very vibrant. So go to social media, put up an ad, or contact your first is a friends is the first one to do job. Go ask your friends if anybody needs. Go for low price, just like cost to cost, like the friends, and charge minimum labor cost. And then you can start like that with your friends and take the measurements, work for the material, and do for him. Learn one or two jobs. You get to know already with that. And then, guys, once you have the setup, once you got the lead, then go to the contracts. Now, before you start any job, just enter into the contract. So once you enter into contract, put all the requirements and drawings and specifications. How do you do with your house construction in similar manner? So once you write down everything in a piece of paper and make the customer to sign, and you also sign, so you agree for what it is. If anything, they add while you doing the work, you can always charge extra money. It's up to you, but it saves, from your obligations. That's the one thing. Us and material cost, I already discussed about it. And the labor, you always engage with the labor. Skilled labors are $25 per hour to $35 per hour. They charge you. Unskilled labors are $17 to $20 per hour they charge you. So you can always find the ways around that. So these are the two things: labor charge, and you also put your labor charge. Apart from the company profit, you also labor because you're also spending time to do the code, to do the work, procurement. So this is how you find a job and start. Now execution part comes to it. When it comes to execution part, what happens is once you get a job, put the guys in the field. What I used to do is, I'm not in a field worker, but I manage with the sales, quotations, finances, and they put the guys on the field that before the day comes, once the job is ready, we just think of like it's a 3 day job I used to cut down in 2 days. How I used to work to save one day costing is that, you know, um, before the guys goes on the field, I dump all the materials, keep ready for the first day to start with. Land excavation will be ready with the worker guys or the guys who manually does. So, and then I put all the cross rock, soil, material, all the materials, required materials in the customer's garage 1 or 2 days before itself. Keep it ready. The guys goes in the morning around 7 a.m. to start the work. So when they go there, they start from somewhere like 7 to 7, 12 hours, or sometimes 6 o'clock. Depends on their work and their capacity. And then other thing, good thing about if I do all the procurements. If they short of some material, I'll go to different places like burning, soil works to get the material. I'll take care of the phone calls and any material shortage. I'll keep the supervisor, keep looking at. Once they start, I'll be there initially for a few hours, and once all settled down, they're okay. They just go out, and in that meanwhile time, I just go around, have appointments with other customers, get the quotations, and then come back by lunchtime. I'll just make sure I buy the lunch for them as well. From all my workers, I look after, mostly giving a lunch, free lunch for them. So I buy lunch to them. They sit and then half an hour or 20 minutes quickly they take the lunch and then start straight away on the job. So they go and start working. Any procurement they give me a call, I'll just bring it so they don't waste the time. So once the finishing job, I make sure the finishing is done properly and all the tipping about take care. I have my ute or hire a trailer to get all organized tipping and do the tipping as well with the help of the guys. So like mostly we do a single piece, 100 meters of job, like either artificial grass and natural grass. We just finish in 2 days time, which is nearly 24 hours to 20 hours, 24 hours approximately. So I pay per hourly rate, so that saves my time. If they come on another day, it's hard. They come down another day and then it charge more. So try to cut down in the most time efficiently use the time. That's important, guys. And also if the job is like there's a particular job need to be done in a week's time, it's a big job like 40, 50,000 worth around, and a lot of work was there, like big jobs, artificial natural grass, decking, pergola. There's so many jobs have to be done. So I have planned well. One part the construction landscape grass is been put up, and then pergola is going on other place. So I had a carpenter. Carpenter is doing his decking job. The landscape was doing their job. I know. So that way, the painter is doing the painting job. So this is all multiple people working on the same field. So that's how I start. The time management is very important, guys. So once it's done, I just tell you deliveries have to be very good. First of all, on time, as promised to the customer, unless and you keep the climate conditions in mind and deliver on time. That's very important. Customer service is also very important, guys. You have to deliver, in on time, and also be with the customer, listen to them, and if any changes, explain why, how to do that. Just coordinate with them, and if it costs more, let them know what's the cost involved, where it is, and agree with each other, and then go ahead. So there won't be any misunderstanding. There should be a transparency, and we are accountable for that as well. Take the accountability on you and be transparent on the work, what you do, and everything put it on legal paper, like the contracts. Yes, and finally, so payment method I will talk about the how you accept the payment method. Guys, should be try to be more flexible with the customers in on accepting payments. So most of the people prefer, as other landscapers I see, they accept mostly cash. If they want to go for banking, online banking, they charge 10% of GST. So imagine if you got a job worth $10,000 and you charge just $8,000, so it costs $11,000 to the customer, which they won't be willing to pay. They think already they're paying more by 10,000 big job, but as a landscapers, we know it costs material and labor. They think it's coming to a pocket, and they're not willing to pay like $1,000. It's a bit hard for them. They negotiate on that, and also they try to ask them you to pay half cash or half online banking. All the strategies you need to decide what to do at that time. But some customers, what I've seen, they're comfortable in online banking or credit card payments. Sometimes have cash. They want to pay through credit card. So what I've seen, most of the landscapers doesn't accept that credit card payments because of the surcharges. But I have given the facility, it's very easy to set up a credit card payment. You've got small devices these days you can buy from, Telstra or Optus. Otherwise, go to the bank, they set up for you the BPay payment. So whenever customers there, just put the credit card on the web, anywhere ongoing, just online from your phone. You can enter the credit card details and accept the payments, and as receipt is sent to them, and their credit card details are not, stored here in your database, which is pretty good because you're going to the bank website. So these are the details overview of the guys. So what we have covered today, the summary is how to set up the business, like ABN or a company. That's if you have company, if you're over the $80,000, if you're doing business or $80,000 turnover, then you register GST. Otherwise, don't register for GST at the time. And then how to find the leads, through social media, through friends, and put up poster cards. Also, one, print some cards, put a letter boxes. That's how I started 10 years back when the social media was not that strong. So paper was the next best. And these days we have digital boards, put the curfews around wherever you want do the work, put your curfews and tell the customer just leave for 3 months, something like that. So after 3 months, pick the job. Another thing is a very important thing is customer service thing. What I would say is give the customer at least workmanship guarantee. So what the warranty, not a guarantee is different, a warranty is different. So what I mean is I used to give all my customers, if I put artificial grass, I was a importer. So I give on my product a letter, like a certificate, saying this quality of the grass is warranty for 10 years. So if anything happens within 10 years, I'm going to replace the grass. That's the first guarantee. The reason being, first of all, I believe my quality is best. Another one is artificial grass has to stay out. It's nothing going to go wrong with that, as long as it's not the cheap material. So I never got anything back till in 10 years. No customers come back to me saying to, rip off the grass or, the replacement, which is good. But workmanship guarantee also you should give to the customer saying, hey, if anything, in 1 year, if you happen any workmanship issues, please call me, I'll fix it with no cost. Out of 400 jobs, I got only one workmanship issue, which is not our fault. While we were working, there was a plumbing water came out, it's broken. So we fixed it up with our own cost. So out of 400 jobs, so one job, if you put from work extra money from pocket within that 1 year time, is what they, but the trust you build with the customer is very important there. So these are the few things you need to keep in mind with the customers, guys. And hopefully, please leave your comments or share me, or you can contact me in detail because as a business, it's a lot of things to be involved. How to save customers money and your time and your money, how to earn more profits. For instance, I would like to tell you incident when I started my business. I know nothing about landscaping. I learned from that labors. But very first 3 weeks in first quarter, I made 150K turnover. That's correct, guys. 150K turnover without much knowledge in landscaping. In that, I've done many jobs vigorously, like aggressively. Like weekdays, Monday to Friday, I used to do quotations, everything going to the customers in e-codes, talking to them and learning the process. And after that, the guys who work for me, they used to tell me how to give a quote and how to buy the material, what to buy, the screws, nuts, bolts, everything they taught me actually. Labor are the best person to teachers. They are my gurus. They are my teachers. Basically, I learn from them. I've had my project management skills, so how to manage the time, how to manage the labor, how to cover our risk, how to form the company, how to accept the payment methods, and deal with the customer. Because I speak to the customer in English, so its communication is very important, very friendly. Always my customers, I sit to them, listen to story. I make a plan A, plan B, plan C. First, we put everything together. The customers, how the convince is first of all, take all the requirements, put into one plan, and cost work the cost. and also see the budget. They ask the budget, I'll ask them the budget, and they said it's not budget. So if that's going over the budget, then we reduce to plan B. So that fits into their budget. So we just work on together, brainstorm with the customer, and we arrive to the budget and the nice plan, and we go with that. So this is how I have deal with customers so far, and I'm still doing the same. And I'm giving designs to my friend who wants to, they do their own, who can do the without the labor to cut the labor cost. I give them designs, help them out on the how to work on the cost. It really saves a lot of money to the guys. So these guys, I have quite like even while doing landscaping business, I have got so many. I have the electricians to the electrical points, plumbers, tilers, all like like bricklayers, carpenters. So all stuff, like building construction company people, like all the trades I've got in contact because they all work in bits and pieces. Now, once I built that network, I have got the confidence so I can build a home. Now I'm getting into building construction as well, but the licensing and all issues, so I have associated with one of the builder now. So, but I have the good knowledge of supervising, people management and finances, dealing with the customers. These, and especially I put myself in the customer shoe and think about how they feel, how the what they want in, but sometimes we have difficult customers, guys. So it's that's the important challenging thing. I would like to share one of the two stories now to how to save customers money and how to deal with difficult customers. For instance, there is a customer. I talk about the first the difficult customer. I've done a job in some plant cook, and the customer was very nice, and he himself is a landscaper. He worked for Victoria Parks, so he was landscaping, but he wanted us to do a job. He did already a partially job. He did a good job, like a garden bed and all stuff with the material. So then when we did that, we said that's for him. We have done our jobs, and then he said he doesn't have enough money to pay, and he want to pay partially, like in fortnight time when he receives the pay. So he paid 50% of the money. Once the job is done, usually trade is landscapers take the money, but I gave him 15 days time. And in my contract, I made them to sign the contract. I have actually, because I registered for GST and I have a company, and I have approached to EC credit control. Is they do the legal work for the terms and conditions we pay, the policy, everything. So I put them in the contract and make them to sign. So that is to cover myself because I cover with insurance, legally correct, and so I approached the guys. He signed it. He put up his credit, driver license, ID details, everything. So then he signed. After 15 days, he's not answering to me. The intention is not to pay the money, and he started picking up a few defects to then fix it. So we tried to go there and fix whatever he says, but there's something which his fault was there because he has done some work. We advised him to do the job, but he has not agreed, and he put up in a consumer court with us to saying that the job is not done properly. And consumer court has appointed a surveyor so to look at the job, and they found the job is perfectly done, and we are willing to do any fixes. That's no reason they to go and fix it. So this is how it has come to. Then he has to end up paying with interest, as well as he has to pay to the surveys fee as well, because it costs money. So he agreed that he has intentionally tried to not to pay waive of the fees because they don't have money. So this is how it kind happens, guys. But I'll get discontinued later on, because I understand situation. That's a different story. Now, how to save for a customer is very good example I can tell you that. One of the customer which I mentioned about $25,000 of a job, which is a very big job with artificial grass and natural grass. So what happens? I've ordered a natural grass. I was working for a whole 1 week, and while we were working, neighbors come down in New Estate. It was in Point Cook. Neighbors came down, and next street they said, "Hey, can you do for landscaping for us?" So I went and gave the quote on meanwhile, and because of the budget constraint, they said they can't go now. But at the same time, we were doing landscaping, and suddenly customer, what happened is a natural grass. We have ordered for natural grass, big piles, and once we ordered, next day morning, because it's been ordered a week ago, before the commencement of the job, the natural grass came in the piles. It was sitting in front of the house, and then customer changed his mind, saying, "Hey, I want only partial landscape, natural grass, but rest of things I want to go for taking. I don't want to put the grass there." Now it's about $1,000 of leftover gas, which gas we can't. So it just goes dry and waste in another 24 hours. It's only for 48 hours. We have to put it on. And then what we're going to do, and he's going to lose the $1,000 on the material, and again we have to do it easy. tipping and that another cost, So he's going to charge 17, 18 dollars, you're going to lose the money. Then I went approach to the neighbors and we say, hey, we got the deal, can you, if you want, I can do with the labor. It's just a 4 5 hour job. I have put all my 6 labors on there. It's a small job, only like 30 square meters property, like size of the landscape, to be done in the backyard. So we would then clean the land, immediately order the material, we have some soil, put soil and put all the grass. So he paid the money and we gave the $4 back to the customer. So the material is back, and then labor also just 4 hours extra job I paid. So the cost I've saved for the existing customer, and as well as the new customer has also got the list price. This is how we to save the money, guys. Overall, guys, hope you all enjoyed, and please contact me if you need details how to run the business or anything. Comment and share and like my videos. Thank you, guys. Hope you have a good night. Bye.